Super stoked. This is the Jackery Explorer 1000 version 2, also the Solar Saga 200 with the solar panels. I've reviewed multiple of these products. There's a bunch of different versions. There's the E5000, the HP 3000, the Explorer 2000 version 2. So they make a really reliable product. This is going to be for 1 day home office use to back up a microwave, anything that you're charging at your home, computers, different things like that. This is not a long-term 2-week solution like the E5000. However, this is going to give you a lot of different options, especially if you get the Solar Saga 200 with it, because you can keep a constant charge coming in and power going out. So I'm going to do an unboxing here in a minute, and I'll basically fast forward everything so you can just see everything that's in the box. Again, I've reviewed Jackery products before. They make a great product. They have a great price point, great build, great customer service, everything like that. And again, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more emergency prepper, you're going to go with one of the higher versions of the Jackery HP 3000 or the E5000. They also have the E500, which is more just your daily use. And again, the Solar Saga, as you can see right here, it is IP68 waterproof. As we jump into the unboxing, I'll show you everything that's in the box and go over that for you. Okay, so in the box, you're going to get a power cord. You're going to obviously get the battery itself. You're going to get a quick start guide. You're going to get a how-to guide that shows you everything. The cord comes with a little Velcro, which is really, really nice. The how-to guide gives you just kind of a quick start guide, everything there. On the Solar Saga 200, you're going to get the adapter plug, which is really nice. And I'll give you some details about that adapter plug a little bit later when we show you. But the new design on the Solar Saga, it's actually one piece. The old version, it had two pieces that you had to connect together, and this one actually folds together like an M. It has little magnets and buttons you can see as I'm pulling it apart. It actually will stretch out pretty large, and then it has these little kickstands, and I'll show you when we unplug this, that pull apart so that you can kind of rest it. It also has a little target, which will show you the best place to put it for the sun, so you get the maximum exposure. So you can see there it's kind of folding out like wings or an airplane, and then it all just folds back together. It's got this nice little handle on the both sides. You can see there on the orange piece where you can just grab it, carry it wherever you need to go. And then the plug on the top, it'll say that when you plug it into the charger, it's just a small little 12 volt right there. So as we get a close-up on the Jackery, you can see I'm just going to show you a view of all of this inside. You've got your 3 AC outlets. You've got a little light. It has different versions there. You have a power panel that goes just to the DC. You have a power that just goes to the USB. And there is a 30, a 100, and then an 18. And then you also can see you have got a car charger right here. And each individual of those group of ports kind of go together. So there's an LCD screen that you can see there. On the top, you can see that you've got that handle. It's got a nice little rubber grip, that orange piece right there, which is nice. So on the side right here, you have a vent, which just basically allows airflow or heat to come out. On the back, you're going to have all of your FCC information there. It'll tell you all of your wattage, your input, your output, what you're plugging in, what you should see there. On the other side, you're going to get your AC outlet. This is where you plug it straight into the wall. And then you also have these 2 plugs right there where you're going to be able to plug in your Solar Saga 200 or any other solar panel that you have, which is really, really nice. And I'll show you that when we actually get to that. Again, there's the front view. The top view right here just has all of your warnings, different things about electricity and batteries and all that stuff. And then on the bottom, the thing I really, really like, and Jackery always does this, is you have these 4 kind of non-stick rubber pads that just make it so it doesn't stick if you've got it in the back of a truck or in a camper or a trailer or something like that. So we're going to power it on, and I think if I remember correctly, we have about 28% juice. So we turn this on, and you can see that the LCD screen right there is going to light up. Yep, we're at 28%. There's 0 power coming in, and there's 0 power coming out. And it'll have a battery life up there in the top. And then the nice thing is when you plug it in, you'll also see voltage that's coming in and coming out. So I'm going to show you those. So there's a few things that I'm going to plug in here. You can see over here to the left, I'm going to plug in this little tablet that we have, which is just a USB charger. And then I'm also going to plug in this massive LED light. I use that on all of the battery videos that I do. It just consumes a ton of power because it's LED, something that I use outside, different things like that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to plug in this USB. It's just very, very minimal. We've got to turn that power button on right there to that kind of pack. So we turn that on, and you can see, I'm going to get really close. There's 4 watts of power coming up, which is going to give me like 41 days worth of charge, right? So not a lot of, or 84 hours of charge coming out of that. So you can see there's no power going in. It's just the power going out. That's something that you could charge. We use our Jackery. We have another version where we use it for outdoor movies, for our inflatable screen, also the projector, any other device that we need to connect to, so to watch that movie. As I plug this in, you can see there's the LED light. It takes a lot of different wattage, and I use this on everything. So when we turn on this power bank, you can see that it'll start to basically pull all of that power out to the LED light. I'll show you here. It's pretty bright. It just turned on. You can see it. There it is right there. I don't want to blind you. But when we come back to the LCD screen, you're going to be able to see the different in wattage going out. So we went from like a ton of hours down to like 3, and we're pulling 88 watts. And so our battery life just went from 84 hours down to like 3 hours. So again, I mean, you know this, if you're using this and you have 3 things plugged in, you're charging a phone, a computer, and you've got something, there, it's going to pull that wattage up. So here's the light. You can see we've got 3 different versions. We kind of have a bright, a brighter, a brightest, and then we have a flashing option. This light doesn't take a ton of power, but it takes a little bit, right? If you're down to 0%, it's something that you don't want to use, but if you're in an emergency, obviously this is something you want to use. So those are the 3 different versions of the light. And on the power bank, as you can see here, all 3 of them are plugged in. This is the portion I was talking to you a little bit earlier, is you have a USB and a USB-C, and this is on the cord from the Solar Saga 200 that goes directly into the Explorer 1000, which is really, really nice. So you get 2 more devices that you could plug in, whether it's a phone, a computer, a laptop, a phone charger, something that's charged by USB. So here is the charging station. I've talked a little bit about this target right there. You can see the shadow. You want to have it lined up right in the middle of the target to get optimal sunlight to the solar panel. Now I've put it in a place where 3 of the panels are getting direct sunlight, 2 of them are, or 1 of them is not. So you can see there's 4 panels. The one on the far right is not getting a lot of sun, but then these other 3 are. And then the plug goes right here on the top, and you've got these nice little kickstands, right, that you can change to whatever kind of degree you want, and they're actually built right into the charger. Then you've got the cord. It runs right into the side that we showed you earlier. And what you'll see is that we are getting 32 watts in and 82 watts going out. So that's extended basically our battery life because we have more power coming into the charging station, essentially, right? You know that. You know how the science of this works. So if I were to turn off either the AC or the USB ports or different things like that, we would get a little bit more juice and a little bit more power, which I just showed you. You could see now, if I'm just running USBs off of this, it will run forever if I have optimal sunlight and I'm charging the charging station. So final thoughts on the Jackery Explorer 1000 version 2. This is the 3rd Jackery device that I've reviewed, one we've kept. And the thing that I love about the updated version is they've just made the design a little bit better. They've added that Velcro strap. They've added kind of the rubber coating on the hose. Instead of the double foldable Solar Saga 2000 or 200, it now folds like an M. Before it was 2 separate pieces and you had to plug them both in. I really like the versions, right? So one of the things I talked about throughout this video is depending on your needs for a Jackery battery station or a power station, is they now have 5 or 6 different options. And then within each of those batteries, you can get, an additional panel or just a smaller panel. And again, all of the panels are waterproof. This is kind of dummy, right? Jackery has built something that's built to last. It's great quality. They have great customer support. They have great service. Like, the thing is just just built to last, and that's the thing that I love about it. This is going to last you like 14,000 hours, of charge time, different things like that. They've been around for a long time, so the company itself is very trustworthy in the product that they make, and every version just gets a little bit better. They make tweaks, they take feedback. So for me, and just my home use need, not an emergency. We have a generator built on our house that kicks in when something happens at the house. And so for us, this is more of entertainment, going camping, watching movies, taking some things with us, some extra things, camping, different things like that. This version fits our needs. So depending on your needs, you could look at other versions, but this is an amazing product. I appreciate you watching.